on Thursday. We had a dinner to go to, and we both believed we know where it is. We didn't have an address. We could have easily have Googled or used MapQuest to get the access, but we didn't do that. We both said, I know where that is. And we drove. In this day and age where gas is so expensive, we just got in the car and drove. And went right to the location where I knew it's right here. And it wasn't. I said, no problem. If it's not here, it's up here. So we drove to the next location. Well, that wasn't it either. Okay. Said in my mind, it's this other place. We drove there too. It wasn't it either. Now, this is on Peachtree. For those of you from Atlanta, you know Peachtree is a very long road. But we drove from downtown all the way through Brookhaven, which is almost before Peachtree turns into Peachtree Industrial. We drove pretty much the full length of Peachtree Street, looking for the city that we knew was on Peachtree Street. And the way we knew it was on Peachtree Street, its name had the word Peachtree in it. So guess what we assumed in our carnal mind? It must be on Peachtree. We were dead right. So it's just a simple example of how when we operate based on what we think we know, we can be dead wrong. Not only was the facility we're looking for not on Peachtree, it wasn't even close to downtown. It's on Roswell Road in Sandy Springs. We weren't even close. We weren't even close. Because we believed we knew. And based on that, we acted. That's tradition. That's tradition. We identify with our genius, our memory, our carnal mind, and acted, and it was wrong. And that's what we're doing here in the kingdom of God. We're doing the exact same thing. Not recognizing that's because that's what you're trained to do, and God tried to train you to do something else. And if you don't fight your training, well, your training is going to win. You have to fight your training. Your training was go into the world, get an education, get a job, and be independent. Here's my next question. Why do you work? Why do you work? Make money, pay the bills. Why do you work?
Same thing.
Same thing. Why do you work? Oh, that's right. You're not there yet. Why do you work?
To make money to live on.
Okay, make money to live on. Ooh, this is getting interesting. Very interesting. I'm going to tell you already now, all of you have answered the wrong reason. And we're going to show you why that is in a second. Okay? All those seem logical, and in the world, that makes sense. But it's the wrong reason if you're in the kingdom of God. It's the absolute wrong reason if you're in the kingdom of God. Wow. Okay? But before we get there, let's rehash a couple of things we said last week. So I've already set it up. Your job is to choose life and to do those things that please God, which means you're choosing life daily, the things that define what life is, and you do them. All right? Then he says, if you do that, I'm going to take care of everything else. Hebrews 11:6 says, faith is believing he is, and he is a rewarder to them that diligently seek him. Well, seeking him is seeking life, and doing those things that bring life. What we do by training is seek death. And then we're surprised when life doesn't work for us. Even though all we're doing is living in death. Satan came and gave a new choice. He redefined God's choice. God's choice was simple. Come and know me, and you'll have life. That's really what he was talking about in the Garden of Eden. But Adam didn't get that. In other words, God was promising the same thing Satan was promising him. The path was slightly different. And only one would actually work. See, Satan said, come know evil, and you'll know good. And on one hand, you say, well, that kind of makes sense. If I know evil, well, then I know what good is. See? But God will say, no. Come know me. I am good. And you will, because you know me, know what evil is. So the choice Adam and Eve made was that it was better to know and do evil, and thereby, at some point, come to good, than to know good and then know evil. And that's the choice we continue to make today.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because anything in the world is on the path that Satan was talking about. Myself, pride, my carnal mind, family and friends who operate by the world, carnal mind, my community, my societies, my fraternities, sororities, my affiliations, this church, that church, my political affiliation, all those things are Satan's camp. And all those things say sin is okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Invertedly. Because all those things either have you counting on yourself
Yeah.
or counting on mankind, one way or the other.
Yeah.
See, part of the system, you said, I work to pay bills, I work for a living, right? That means that you believe work's important. Because you tie it to living. Okay? That means you don't understand what life is. God is life. He is life. So working has nothing to do with life. We can make that connection later. I'm setting you up.